It's funny. It seems like the computer mic works better than the headset mic, which is really funny. Anyway, hello everybody. Or this is another NFL week predictions. We're on week 5 now, and this is the first week with bye weeks. So, yeah, there's only 14 games this time. Before we get started, I wanna point to something on X, Twitter, whatever. That Thursday night's game, I actually already sent out the prediction before the game happened, and my proof is right here. Obviously, the Buccaneers didn't even end up winning, but they almost did. They almost did. They were really close to winning, so the prediction wasn't that bad. Okay, but I was wrong. Okay. Anyway, all right. Oops. So yes, we have. So next up is the Jets versus the Vikings, which is only in a few hours from now, actually. That game, I have the Jets winning. Aaron Rodgers knows this Vikings team, right? He played it like 2 years ago. He knows Justin Jefferson. He knows. I mean, it's not like he's playing against Justin Jefferson, but a lot of the defense is the same. Aaron Rodgers against the Vikings, yeah, he's actually not amazing against them, but I think he has a good chance. I just don't see the Vikings going 5-0. I actually think they can win this game, but I don't think they have as good of a chance as I just think the Jets win. I don't know. I don't think the Vikings will go 5-0. That's really what it is. Then we have Panthers versus Bears. I think this is going to be a messy game. Also, I wanted to mention I didn't realize this, but I've been using the old Jets logo and Bears logo. This Jets one's from like last year. I forgot they updated it. This Bears one's from like 2 years ago. I forgot that they updated it a couple years ago. So next, if I make another video on this in the future, I will try to use the updated logo for the Bears and the Jets. Sorry about that. I kind of forgot that they have different logos now. Anyway, get that out of the way. I think the Bears are gonna win just because I don't think the Panthers are any good, and I think that they match up really well against the Panthers. Panthers have a really bad defense. That's kind of their Achilles heel is their defense. And I mean the Bears don't have a very good offense, but I think that they'll be able to perform well enough against the Panthers defense, and the Bears have really good defense. Panthers offense is better, much better, but I think the Bears will have enough power to shut them down. And I think with the really bad Panthers defense, I think Keenan Allen and what's the other guy's name? DJ Moore will be able to get free. And I have Keenan Allen on my fantasy team, so a little biased, but I think he can. I think this could be his breakout game against this horrible Panthers defense. I think they're like the worst in the league. Next, we have the Browns versus the Commanders. Commanders have been commanding the last couple weeks. I see no reason why they lose. I mean, the Browns have pretty good. They still have a decent defense. I have them on fantasy, so it's a little biased, but I think their defense is all right. Their offense is horrendous. Deshaun Watson's so bad. Like, I had to drop. I think on Jerry Judy, and I dropped him. He hasn't been that bad, but I just don't trust this Browns offense at all. And Commanders have been firing on all cylinders. I think this is an easy win for the Commanders. That's the one I feel the most confident on out of all of these, actually. So then our next set, we have the Dolphins versus the Patriots, which I think this one's going to be a sludge fest, a mess, a garbage game. This is going to be a bad. I mean, it is a slugfest. That was the word I was looking for, slugfest, and it's also a divisional matchup. But I still think that the Patriots pull this one out. Um, just because the Dolphins are just so bad. Watching them against the Titans was embarrassing. They were so bad. They couldn't get anything done offensively. It's atrocious. And I think I heard Odell's coming back this week. That's what I saw. Odell is coming, but I don't think it'll matter. Uh, the Patriots don't have very good defense, but the Dolphins are just looking so bad right now. And they barely beat the Jaguars, and I think that's their only win this season. Yeah, pretty embarrassing. So no, I don't think they win. The Patriots suck, but they beat the Bengals, so maybe they're not that bad. The Colts versus the Jaguars. I'm going Colts. Now, I think the Jaguars can actually win this game for sure, but the thing that set me on the edge was I heard Joe Flacco is going to play again because Anthony Richardson is going to be out, or he's listed as doubtful, but I don't think he'll play. Doubtful usually just means out. So I think we're going Anthony without Anthony Richardson out. Joe Flacco is going to ball. It's funny because I see the Ravens right there too. Joe Flacco is going to ball, and I think they win if Joe Flacco is playing, which seems like he is. Hopefully he does it to Pittman more. Another one of my fantasy guys. Um, the Bills versus the Texans. I'm going the Bills just based on their performance. I mean, never mind, they did terrible. Just because I don't think they'll lose two in a row. Josh Allen's not like that. I think the Bills are still a very well built team. They started out 3-0. I don't think they'll lose two in a row. I think the Texans are great. They lost to the Vikings, which sucks, but I still think they'll lose, but I think they'll rebound. I think they'll rebound after the Bills. I think they have a victory, but I'm actually going for the Bills. I don't think they lose two in a row. Next up is the Ravens versus the Bengals. This one, I have the Ravens. The Ravens historically, I don't have the I don't have the rivalry pulled up, but historically the Ravens beat the Bengals. Actually, we're gonna check the rivalry right now. We're gonna look right now. So lead the overall series 30-27 since 2003. Um, so yeah, so actually the Ravens only lead by a few games, so I guess that doesn't really mean a whole lot in this forecast as prediction. But I still think the Ravens win this one. Um, oh yeah, I just think the Ravens are better team this year. The Bengals have been a shell of themselves recently. I think they can rebound, but after seeing the way the Ravens played against the Bills of all teams, I think they can outshine the Bengals pretty easily. All right, now we have the Raiders versus Broncos. I think this will also be another slugfest, an ugly game. This is like one of two or three ugly games I'm predicting. Uh, I don't know who will win. It's almost a coin flip. It's a rivalry game. I don't know who usually wins this rivalry. I think the Broncos usually win this one pretty handedly. I'm going Broncos. One reason is history. Second reason is um, they're both 2-2, and they've both of them have looked so bad. So I don't really want to pick either one. They barely beat the Ravens. The Raiders did barely, which surprised me. But they haven't really shown anything for me this season outside of that one victory. They lost to the Panthers. I think that speaks for itself. They lost to the Panthers, and that was the Panthers' only victory. Just saying. Just saying. All right, so we have the Cardinals versus the 49ers. This one will be really interesting because I just read that the NFL denied the 49ers, you know, could hurt them because it's going to be 95 degrees during the game in Santa Clara, which is not what the 49ers are used to at all. They're used to like 65 and sunny, not 95. So that's not good for them. And the Cardinals, they're kind of used to it. They're in Arizona, right? I mean, they play in Dome, but they still probably spend a lot of time out in Arizona. So they're probably more used to the heat, I had to guess. Arizona, Cardinals, Phoenix, Glendale, very, very hot over there. Like it's probably 110 over there right now, to be honest. Not right now because it's 2 a.m. But yeah, I'm going the Cardinals just because the Heat. I don't think the Niners will play well. The Heat, and it's a rivalry game. I don't like saying the Niners will drop so many games, but I don't know. I have a feeling for the Cardinals. I just do. This will be my upset of the week. Is the Cardinals. All right. So then we have Giants versus Seahawks. I'm going Seahawks. Very easy prediction. This is one of the easiest ones in here. The Seahawks, they lost their undefeated streak, which is actually what I predicted. One of the very few games I actually got right last week. Um, I just think that the Seahawks are actually a really good team. I think they might win the division this year, and it makes the division's not looking very good. 49ers are the only other real competition, and they they're not looking too hot. So I'm going Seahawks. Giants still suck. I would be pretty surprised if the Seahawks didn't win. I mean, they may have lost last week, but they still looked good. Especially Geno Smith. He was balling. Okay. So Packers versus Rams. Going Packers just because I don't think the Packers will go under 500. I mean, 0-3 with Jordan Love would be kind of crazy. I mean, no Romeo Dobbs, no Christian Watson. That really hurts. Romeo Dobbs is a bit petty, if you ask me. I don't like that he's skipping. He was on my fantasy. I had to get rid of him because of what happened. And I had to start Pittman over him. So hopefully Pittman does well. But anyways, I still think the Packers win. I mean, the Rams are losing their two core receivers as well. Packers still have a lot of other injuries, but the Rams have looked pretty bad outside of Kyron Williams. If the Packers can shut down Kyron Williams, they win. And they're definitely looking at that on tape. I'm sure they're planning to do that, but who knows? I could still be difficult for them. And I think so. If I was in LA, I don't know the weather for LA. It might be kind of hot over there too, so that'll be interesting. But Green Bay's not really used to heat either, so I don't think that'll actually impact who will win the game much. Because neither of these teams are used to heat. Like I said, Cardinals, from Arizona, and Rams. I don't think the Packers will lose another one. I could be wrong, but that's my prediction. All right, so these are the last two games. I'm going to skip the one at the top. Look at the Saints versus the Chiefs. Oh, this one's actually really hard. I'm picking Saints just because their offenses looked so good. Now, again, they didn't look very good against the Eagles recently, but outside of that one game, they looked terrific on offense outside of the Eagles. So I think they can win. The Chiefs are undefeated, one of two teams, only the Vikings and the other team. And I also have them losing, not becoming undefeated. I think the Chiefs are a lot less likely to continue their streak of being undefeated because um, the Chiefs have lost their starting wide receiver, their star wide receiver, Rashid Rice. They lost their star running back in Isaiah Pacheco. They're losing a lot of key pieces on offense. And I think because of that, I don't think their defense is good enough to stop this amazing Saints offense that we've seen this year. The only thing that makes me think the Chiefs have a chance is the Saints defense isn't that great this year. So if they can peel through that Saints defense, they have a chance. If Mahomes decides to show up against the Saints, they could win. It's an Arrowhead as well, so it is an Arrowhead. So I think the Chiefs have a real shot of winning. But I think the undefeated streak wins here. I don't think that they continue the luck. I don't think Kelsey will step up enough. I think he will, but I don't think he'll have a bigger role. But he will step up enough. I don't think. And for the last game, which is actually Sunday Night Football, the last one's Monday night, is the Cowboys versus Steelers. This one I think is a total coin flip, and here's why. It's in Heinz Field, right? If it was in Arlington, I would probably say on Cowboys, but it's not. So I'm like, It's in Pittsburgh, and Steelers, they have a better record than the Cowboys. I don't really like either of these teams, either personally. Justin Fields, I think, could perform really well against the Cowboys. Problem is, the Steelers' offense is just bad. I just don't trust the Steelers to do well. They never do. They've not been very good this year. The Cowboys also have not been very good this year. They're both mid teams. They're kind of performed about the same this year, and I just really didn't know who to give the advantage to because this game could easily go either way. Out of all these games, maybe the Broncos won, but that one's the one of the least confident ones I feel in, and this one I just really don't know. I really don't know. It could go either way. It really could go either way, and because of that, I'm actually going to do a coin flip. And you can actually look at one online. And I accidentally clicked on it, so we're not going to use that coin flip. So we are going to flip this coin. And heads means the home team will win, tails means the away team will win. So here we go. Heads. All right, that means the home team will win, and that means that the Steelers will win. So it's really funny that I'm doing this one based on a coin flip. So we'll see if the coin flip actually works. But this is my first prediction I've done on the coin flip, and considering how last week went, I don't really like my odds. So I'm also going to compare my odds to a coin flip, a little coin flip, because I made that reference before. Notepad. So this is what the coin flip predicts. All right, coin flip predictions. So we saw Steelers already. All right, now we're gonna go in order. So this is gonna be Buccaneers versus Falcons. Actually, I'm gonna make the Steelers one last. Buccaneers versus Falcons because I remember heads means home team, tails means away team. That's how we're doing this. Heads means home, tails means away. So this is for Buccaneers and Falcons. Already happened, but heads. So that means Atlanta wins. Wow, that's kind of crazy. They actually did win. All right, so this is for now. Technically, we can't do the coin flip for Vikings versus Jets. So I will just say NA. Vikings or Jets. No home team. Because there's no home team. It's not fair. Okay. Now, because I could say heads means Vikings, tails means Jets, but then I'm kind of making up my own rules, if that makes sense. So I don't want to change the rules specifically for this game. But you know what? We could also do that. So based on the arrangement, we could say tails means Vikings. So then that means it's got to be tails this time, right? It's tails. So they think the coin flip's going for Vikings, which is different than me. Now, like I said, this is so yeah, that would mean yeah, with those rules I just set, Vikings being tails and Jets being heads, which is based on the matchup I saw online, which is this. Oh no, the home team would have been the Vikings actually. Oh. Oh well. It doesn't matter. There's no home team. So I guess we're saying Vikings for the coin flip. I don't remember what game this is, but it's the next one on the list. Okay, heads. So the home team at the next matchup, which is the Bears. Oops, that's not right. All right, so what's the next one? All right, Commanders is the home team. All right, Commanders. There's been a lot of heads in here. It's kind of crazy. It almost feels like I'm flipping a weighted coin. All right, we're at tails now. I don't know what the next game was. I should have looked. They're going Dolphins. Okay, that's interesting. So coin flip picks Dolphins. Dolphins. Um, and then Colts and Jaguars. With Jaguars as heads, Colts as tails. All right, so they're going Colts, which is what I picked. It's kind of crazy how close this is to my predictions. All right, then what's the next game? It is. Okay, so Texans are at home versus the Bills. Oh, Bills are tails. Okay. So Texans then, right? Yep, Texans. So this is a good week for the AFC South, I guess. And then Ravens versus Bengals, with the Bengals being home. All right. So that's the Bengals. Sorry, Ravens, because it's tails. It's funny because I actually think this prediction will go really well. It's kind of crazy. All right. So Raiders versus Broncos, with the Broncos being the home team. Let's see. This will be interesting. Heads. Okay, so things Broncos. Okay. I was kind of hoping to see tails there, but nope. All right, what's next? What are we predicting now? So Niners and Cardinals, which we know Niners are home. All right. So Niners. That's also different than what I predicted. Okay. And Giants versus Seahawks, with Seahawks being the home team. Seahawks. This actually seems like a really good prediction. It's scaring me. My God, this better not be better than me, I swear. All right, what are we looking at next? We're looking at Packers versus Rams, with Rams being the home team. Okay, Rams. Okay. Well, hopefully it's wrong there, for my sake, right? And we already saw Steelers, so this is for the Chiefs. All right, it's going Saints. So this is actually very similar to my prediction, funny enough, the coin flip. So it has Falcons, and now we're skipping this, but it said Vikings, if we count that. And then Bears, Commanders. Okay, so this is different. This is different. Same, different. Same, different. Same, different. Same, different. Same. So it's, or actually, Steelers doesn't count. So it's not exactly as the same as I thought, but this is the coin flip predictions, if you want to look at it. And I will keep track of who was better. I'll upload it on my Twitter account if you want to see that. It's going to be on Katie for President, or underscore Katie for President. Right here. That's my Twitter account. If you want to follow me, keep and see where the actual who performs better, me or the coin flip. Now, the last thing, as always, we're going to look at the weather. Now, as we know in Santa Clara, sorry, not Clarita, that's in SoCal. Santa Clara, it's a bit warm. This is the GFS, which has been really good at forecasting temperature for the last couple of weeks, by the way. I've been keeping up with it. The GFS for temperature, 21Z, which is 2 p.m. in Santa Clara and 5 p.m. in New York City. So this is roughly the high temperature of the day. And so, yeah, this Santa Clara is like up here, so 96. Yeah, that's about what the forecasts have been saying. But it's possible it could get hotter than 96, like not a little further inland, and it's getting close to 100. So, I mean, Sacramento will be over 100. So, it'll be interesting to see kind of what happens. And down here, Bakersfield, Fresno, also over 100. SoCal, a little warmer, no cooler, but still in the 90s. So, that's why I want to look at Los Angeles. Yeah, Los Angeles is like here somewhere. It's at 92. Low 90s for Los Angeles. Not too far different from San Francisco, so it'll be hot. In the California games are going to be hot. I think the Rams are. I don't think the Rams are a dome. I don't know for sure. I think that might be a dome. So Anyways, Santa Clara will be hot. Most new stadiums I noticed are domes, which is interesting. So you're gonna notice something here. I mean, there's no games here. I mean, Houston's a dome, so that doesn't matter. Houston, even then, Houston's gonna be like what? Maybe it's kind of hot over there. And then Florida, not much, like 70s, right? Miami's down here, but they're not at home. So Jacksonville's like up here somewhere. It's like 70. So not too hot. I mean, it's humid, but humid at 70 is not going to matter. Um, and so as you can see, well, you can really see the Appalachian Mountains here. You can like see it's hotter on the left, uh, west of the Appalachians. It's kind of crazy. Anyways, so temperatures are about average, like 70s for like much of the United States, as you can see. Right, maybe some 80s, some 60s in the mountains. So temperatures aren't that crazy. They're not like anything out of the ordinary. Maybe here, there's a high pressure here actually, so it's kind of forcing some colder air here, moist air from the Gulf. Actually, I wonder if there could be tornado risk. I don't think so. That doesn't look like the SPC is any tornado risk, but warm here in the south and in California, Arizona specifically, really warm here. Um, but yeah, nothing too abnormal except for the San Francisco game is one we're really going to keep an eye out for temperatures because it's going to be like in the like 95, 96. As I think as hot as 100 as possible. So that's something we should really keep an eye on. And I didn't look at wind. Wind can be a factor. Something we should look for as well as wind. Because we can see the wind barbs here. Um, so there's some wind around here. Yeah, you can see this is clockwise. This would be counterclockwise. So the wind is actually going because it's a high pressure system. There you go. There's a little weather for you. So if since the wind is going around like this, that's how you know it is a high pressure system. They move clockwise around the low. It's kind of a fun little fact. In the northern hemisphere, it's the opposite if you're in like Australia and the southern hemisphere. And I know because 1020 is a really high pressure, so that's high pressure. At least it's a high anomaly. Anyways, so yeah, really just want to look at California. And now another thing I want to look at is simulated reflectivity, which this kind of tells you about. I don't know if this will be good or not. Probably not. But for yeah, I don't think that GIF will be any good. I don't think it's very good. Let's see. So yeah, this is kind of showing us how the weather's going to be. You can see the hurricane going into Florida, but that's not really what we care about. So not much going on at all in like the entire U.S. really. So that's kind of what I expected. Now Jacksonville, there might be some rain. I don't know. Like there's a risk of thunderstorms. I know like across Florida, there's a risk of thunderstorms. Tampa game already happened. It was in Atlanta, which is up here. But the Jacksonville game, I actually don't know if the Jaguars are. I don't know if they're in a dome or not. Okay, is this the Jacksonville Jaguars? Okay, looks like they're in a dome, so it shouldn't matter. Even then, there'll be a thunderstorm. Yeah, so apparently this is stating about the future. Well, it looks open, but I don't know. There's Trevor Lawrence. It looks like it might be open actually, but yeah. So if it is open, which I don't know if it is, there might be a risk of rain or a thunderstorm. Otherwise, it's just regular temperatures. So rain might get in the way, but that's about it. In terms of wind, I don't know. I don't think anything looks too out of the ordinary in terms of wind. I could totally be wrong. I'm not going to look at every forecast like I did last time. We don't really have time for that. It's late, and I want to go to bed. So we're not going to look at that. But it's certainly interesting. I think the coin flip is something fun to add to the video as well. But yeah, nothing too bad in terms of weather. We just really want to keep an eye on the. Sorry, that's space weather. That's not the right thing. Just really want to keep an eye on the weather for Santa Clara specifically. With the way it's been looking. I think I might have it open already. Actually, I think this is it. No, it's not it. It's definitely not it. That's fine. Oh, it's right here. Sorry. For Santa Clara. This is San Jose, though. Uh, this is current condition San Jose, because San Jose is like the closest, I guess. So you kind of get a forecast for San Jose, for Santa Clarita, which is weird. I don't know why. But yeah, they're just heat in the southwest. Yeah, it's kind of what we were looking at, right? Above normal heat. It's really the heat index that they should be worried about, right? Humidity, because it's gonna be like 90, low 90s, upper or so, which heat index will be over 100. So it's really the heat index that they got to worry about over there. Similar to what we saw in the Tampa game, which our forecast was right. The weather was right. We were looking at it. We knew that the heat index would be over 100 degrees. So that was correctly predicted. And as we see Sunday, 95 forecast. And if you look at the hourly, not hourly rainfall, you'll see that 94 at 2 p.m. and the kickoff's at 1:25. So it'll be about 92, 93 at kickoff is forecasted, which is not much wind, which is good. You know, a lot of wind. But yeah, this is certainly something we want to keep an eye on, especially in San Francisco. I think it will probably be the hottest game in 49 warmest or hottest home game in 49ers history. I think it's really crazy, really hot for football games. Really cool though. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to look at. Remember, this is the coin flip predictions right here, and then we saw my predictions, right? Which this is the same as the coin flip because I couldn't choose, which is kind of cheating, but you know, whatever. And just one more look through, right? This was wrong, but Jets, Bears, Commanders, Patriots, Colts, Bills, Ravens, and then Broncos, Cardinals, Seahawks, Packers, and Saints on Monday Night Football. All right. Well, hope you enjoyed. I hope I can make more of these videos. Hopefully, it's not trash. Hopefully, I'm not really bad at predicting again. Hopefully, this goes better than before. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.